Hey Rebels. Okay, so we getting like that 90s fine type of energy, right? And we're not talking about a love interest, and but honey, we talking about you. All right. I'm hearing New Jack Swing by Rex and Effect with Teddy Riley. And when Teddy Riley was listing off, all the different people that he worked with. But you had Heavy D, you had Bobby Brown, you had this person, that person, all of them was present and all of them were known. But then when he said, and Boy George, it's like, wait, Boy George? Okay, now Boy George was not in the video, but yet and still, to list all these heavy hitters, and then you list another heavy hitter that's, like nobody would have ever thought Teddy Riley was working with back then. Boy George, right? So it's that energy of, yeah, you 90s fine. Not just the way you look, not just the way you style yourself, but you are so out of the ordinary and rare. It's like, wait, where the hell did when they do that? What, who gave, not even just who gave you permission, but where the fuck did that come from? What made you think that you could do that? What made you feel like, nobody else was doing that? So I'm getting this energy of also, you're not one to follow trends like that. You do your own thing. And even if once upon a time you used to follow trends, it's like now you just don't, you can give a fuck less about the trend because you just want to live your life to the fact. Even if you get something that other people have, you got it because you want it, not because everybody else have it, right? But then I'm also hearing, oh my goodness, Bobby Brown, my prerogative. They say I'm crazy, but I really don't care. That's my prerogative. He said, some ask me questions. Why am I so real? They don't understand me and they don't know the deal. Okay. So as I was putting up cards from the last reading and clearing out the energy, um, this particular card decided that it wanted to pop itself out, and it says the watchful power. Your guides are guiding you, and what? Oh, I'm sorry. Your guides are guarding you, and what you want to know that you are and want you to know that you are safe and protected from whatever it is that you are fearful from. The worst is now behind you. And notice that third eye. Notice that eye. It ain't even got to be a third. Notice that eye that's coming from the sky. Very interesting. So, because right here in the background, we have sugar or salt. Confirmation, sugar or salt. Look to the sky, the universe. Frequency, caution. Journal, share a memory, but overall energy, pay attention to the fine print. So as always, this message is for educational and entertainment purposes, and always use your discernment. So then there was another card that fell on the ground, right? And this is what's hidden from you that you're not paying attention to. It says hard work, discipline, commitment. Although you may not be seeing immediate results from your efforts, know that the work you invested is now invested in now. Know that the work you invest in now will bear much fruit later. Stay the course. You're on the path to attaining lasting financial security. So I had a little trouble reading that because I'm like, this is what's hidden. You don't see how much you have been investing in the right things that has to do everything with you and you moving forward and you're being original and you being rare and stability. And this isn't for you. I feel that it's not even the fact that you're trying to be different. You just fucking are. You just are different. So Spirit, what is it that you would like for us to know? Oh, we going with the Kipper-ish, okay? What is it that you would like for the rebels to know and understand about the energies that are around them? All right, so interesting. The energies that are around you. Karma. Karma. We're going to push this a little bit further to the side. Okay, that's hidden. So let's peekaboo that. Okay, so karma. Okay, so we're going that direction instead of that direction. Okay, because they need you to see something. Karma. Nice guy. House. Soulmate. Abandonment. Top and bottom deck energy. Destruction. Interesting, interesting. Where's that third leg going? An awakening. Third leg right here with the nice guy in house. Message. Okay. So that's the overall message. Well, that's a part of the overall message. Is that, okay. So the overall message, including, it's inclusive of the fact that you are reevaluating how you see structure. Oh, yeah. You're reevaluating how you see structure. You're reevaluating how you see connections and what you choose to abandon that is no longer needed, that is no longer going to be accessible of you for others who are used to you being a certain type of way. They're used to you working. I'm hearing I Walk the Line. What is that song? That's like an old song. I walk the line. I cannot seem to catch the rhythm of it. Oh, rhythm and blues. Okay. So it's like an R&B type of feel, like 1990s R&B. You're getting back to the love and the connection of it all, but you're also peeling away at the old songs of the 1990s and realizing like, oh, though it sounded romantic, a lot of that shit is considered completely toxic nowadays. It was more so the song, the melody that caught your attention, that you weren't paying attention to the things that you were saying. So within your own life, you were moving to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing into the morning light. Love that. Last Dragon. And you realize like, oh, well, let me actually pay attention to the words that's being said versus how things are making me feel. So it's that feeling of someone, like they say that you could yell at a baby and say the nicest thing. The baby is still gonna cry. But you can talk so softly to the baby and you can say the most meanest things and the baby's gonna laugh and giggle. So you're looking at your life and how you're moving forward. That way you're feeling you're still catching on to the rhythm of things, but you're paying more attention to there it is, to the fine print, to the details, to actually what's being said and what's being shown, and not just how it makes you feel, baby. So this is why Spirit said, is it sugar or is it salt? And I'm going to add another one. Granny said, or is it shit? Okay, although sugar and salt is more difficult, if you just have a grain of it to tell what it is. You don't know it until you taste it. But shit is so obvious, okay? So Spirit would like for you to start journaling if you have not already started journaling. There's so much in your archive that you need to just put down on paper and see, and that you need to go ahead and speak out loud to yourself for references, for points of release, sharing a memory, the nostalgia of it all. Look back to the 90s, okay? And then referencing, what does this shit mean for you now that it did mean for you then, that it didn't mean for you then? But who the fuck are you now? All right. You are the originator. You are so rare. You are not an ordinary person. Although John Legend said we're just ordinary people. You don't know which way to go. No, honey, he wasn't talking to everybody. Bottom of the deck energy, you have love offer. All right. Next world spirit, what in the hidden place with this karma, okay? In the hidden place with the karma, what do we have? Okay, so abundance, he said, go this way, go this way, go this way. Abundance, sweetheart. Ooh, all right. Envy and jealousy. Top of the deck. Okay. Surprise, surprise, right? Jezebel. And moving the other way. Ice Queen. Priestess. Priest. I heard please, so now I have some more. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have legal. Yeah. Fuck the bullshit. I heard if I wanted help, if I needed help, if I was concerned about it, I would ask. And that's the energy that you're in. and you're not asking for much. You're not fishing around for shit like other people are, fishing in a polluted lake and you pulling up tires and fucking fish with 12 eyes. You, so with envy and jealousy, you're not you're not seeing, and it's in a hidden place, about how others are really upset with you, how others are really like pissed off at the audacity of you to move on in the way that you have been proceeding forward, for you not to want to care or be interested in how you relate to others. Remember, especially before this whole internet thing really blew up the way that it has. It's become everything about everyone's life. You actually had to pick up a phone and call somebody. You actually had to travel to somebody's house, not knowing whether they were there or not. And for you to be mad about them not being at home, you really couldn't be mad. You might have been a little bit disappointed because you wanted to see them or you wanted to get something from whatever the case may be. And depending on who if you were calling and maybe their mama answered the phone, or you just, she didn't like you too much and you just like, ugh, I hope she don't answer the phone. But you sat there silent and you hung up. And this was before people even understood what star 6 7 and star 6 9 was. So there is this energy that others are in regards to you. They have an expectation of you to be a certain way, and the fact that they're forgetting that you're living your life for you, that it is in your right to live your life for you. They are upset, mad, envious, jealous, spiteful, even, that you not doing shit to make them feel fucking comfortable. Every fucking thing that you're doing is making them uncomfortable because they want to ask you why. They want to ask you even for help at times, but they rather you offer the shit up to them. Mm, mm. So Spirit said, notice yourself, because there's a lot of need, with frequency caution back here, a lot of need for you to pay attention to how people approach you, when they approach you, why they approach you. Spirit say, don't dwell on it. Don't give it too much of your attention. Just acknowledge it. All right. And if I'm hearing wishing on a star to follow where you are. No, I think it's time we should make up, baby. I think it's time for us to get back together, make the best of things. Oh, baby, when we're together. And you're saying never and never. Okay. Because you got stuff to do. Here with Legal and Awakening, you are so committed to being who you are. And if someone presence is making you feel disturbed, yeah, you look at it, you evaluate it, you ask yourself, why am I feeling triggered? Why am I feeling some type of way? And you're not even surface level of, well, I'm feeling some type of way. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because what's that doing is it's keeping people avoiding of their own accountability and accountability. Accountability and awareness of themselves. When they say, I feel some type of way, that means that you're surface level saying, you know what, I feel what I feel, and it just is what it is. And you don't know what it is because you ain't naming it. You say you feel some type of way. What is that feeling? And don't just say, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm happy. Okay, well, if you're that, now go further. What is that stemming from? So you're happy about what? You're happy why? You're happy because. You're mad why? You're mad because. And why is it that you're allowing something to get you all up in an uproar to be mad about anything? You're disappointed why? And Rebel's not necessarily speaking about you, but if you need this lesson, go ahead and take it. But for others, they want you to pick and pry and try to follow them around and figure out why. I'm here and tell me why. They want you to tell them. They want you to ask the questions. And hey, can you tell me why you're feeling like this? Hey, will you just let me in? Will you just tell me by the head of your chinny chin chin what's wrong? They don't even know what's wrong because they feel some type of way. They are not as deep and as invested in themselves as you are. They want you to be that deeply invested in them because they just don't want to give themselves that type of attention. They feel like things are easier when it's given away for free. And they want you to give that attention to them for free. No, you said you're going to free yourself. Okay. I want to be free. Okay. All right. So spirit, what more is it that you want to know? So spirit say, of course, pay attention to the prime, the transformations, the transformers. Pay attention to the transformers. All that meets the eye. Mm. Okay, so here we have one night stand, fast and sudden connections. Okay, so karma, dharma, whichever one you believe in, and if you believe karma is the same thing across the board, what you give out is what you will receive. Honey, what you give out is what you receive. So you already know what's coming your way. You just got to keep on moving in the momentum of just being originally you. And so it can meet you because, it's that Kodak moment of there's a screenshot of you and your aura. And people are remembering you a certain way. But due to them not knowing the things that you have done, the karma that you have cleaned up, the karmic debt that you have cleaned up, they don't know your signature anymore. Even if you were to tell them exactly what your signature is, they can't seem to identify it, connect to it, recognize it. It's like telling someone literally, hey, so I just need a peace of mind. And you understand that a peace of mind could mean many different things. There's specifics that go with it, but understanding who that statement is coming from, like that shit could mean a whole bunch of vicious stuff. So therefore, why even have yourself around that? So Ice Queen with soulmate, what do we have? Okay. Oshun, love it, love it. We gonna go with the self-love, honey. The self-love. You ain't even being cold-hearted. They just feel that you are. And you know what? You may actually be. But once again, new levels, new devils. And you made it to a new level. So therefore, you're being perceived as a different type of devil for them. It's not your problem. And then it says, create with me. So, baby, we going to keep going. Community. Then we say it's community madness. It's community madness. And soulmate. Yeah, you see, it's just long distance. Okay. And at the bottom, you are my world. Yep. So ultimately, you are just seeing your connections just differently. The way that you accept compatibility is defined differently from the ordinary people, and how they catalog things and how they catalog the understanding to mean throughout the community. You're no longer a part of those communities, so therefore you ain't gotta abide by the same shit that they abide by. You breaking rules out here. Okay, you're breaking rules. You ain't even taking numbers. You just, looking at the fine print. Okay, is this sugar? Is it salt? All right, so sugar go over here, salt go over here, and the shit. Yeah, yeah. It's like the old days. I heard. What did I hear that? Back in England or the old Europe days, a man created high heels, and so because the streets was full of shit, and men and women used to wear high heels because the streets was full of shit, like literally full of shit. So the high heels kept them from being so close, although the shit was still on their shoe. It just created a bit of distance between them and the shit that was on the damn street. However that resonates for you. Let's go here. What is going on? What is going on? Okay, so we got here. Okay, the star. 3 of Wands. Just a few. The devil. And we get a third layer to cover up all these. I said we are looking for Blue's Clues because they're not that smart. No, we're not. We're not looking for them at all. All right, okay. So 7 of Wands And the high priestess. You've defeated all this foolery, and you're gonna continue to, because you've been there. That's the thing about people who you know when they say they all can't come with you, that there are just going to be people that are going to fall behind, who's going to choose to be stuck, who are going to choose to stay behind. They come at you with everything that they know to try to disturb you, to try to distract you, to try to detour you, the long way around. But what they tend to forget, and with the Six of Cups, what they tend to forget is that you came from the shit that they are still living in. You came from, and you walked the streets of the shit that they're still living in, where they still reside. So it's like, to stay up to date on what the hell is going on within that certain walk of life is not really much for you to study, because you knew what you would have instinctively needed to do in order to survive. So of course you know how they're instinctively moving in order to stay there. Now, how it weighs on them, honey, they can only get depleted. So it's not like they doing anything new. There's no new tricks to the trade. Even here, new Jack Swing, you're a jack of all trades. You didn't want to stay in one realm of, oh yeah, I'm kingpin over here, so I'm just gonna stay here. No, you was like, nah, I mastered that. So what else can I do? And it wasn't necessarily a waste of time. Like, there is no regrets of the path that you lived. There is no shame to the stuff that you live, because but the fact that you made it out of that, like, I've heard someone even say, and it makes complete sense, someone who starts life with nothing and have to work to elevate themselves up is actually more rich at heart than someone who is born with everything. Okay, because you have a relatability about you of understanding the hard work that you have to put in to invest in yourself to have more, but you also know the struggle of what it was to be depleted, to have the lack, to have, that crabs in a bucket mentality. Mm, baby. And if they don't stop messing with you, it's going to be a long and dull life. A long and dull life. Okay, that's it, but not dull for you at all, huh? There's the sun. Ooh, love it and death. And then you have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, big confirmation. Oh, and at the top, that energy, Ace of Swords. And at the bottom, you have the Page of Pentacles. You're just gonna merge that in right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, you're not playing no games out here at all. Like, this is Pegasus. You're not playing no games at all about any of this stuff. For you to, I don't want to say dwelling. We've been using that word a lot lately. Um, for you to compromise yourself to make other people feel comfortable would be an injustice for you. So therefore, with this Ace of Swords right here, this is your justice. You didn't need to go beat somebody up for some money that they owed you. You didn't need to go and tell somebody about themselves. You just packed on your stuff and you was like, you know what? Everything that you need is within you. It's not on you. It's in you. And what they see on you is what they're really envious of. Because what they see on you is like, they can't understand. You said they can't understand you. They really don't know the deal about that brother fighting so hard to make it right. And I know those aren't the exact words, but yet and still, you fought so hard to make things right for yourself and your own life. And they wanted you to, stay up on some, this is as far as you get to go in life. They wanted you to sit back and just watch them to continue to perceivably elevate when they don't realize how they've been breadcrumbing themselves, because the arrogance of them to feel like that feeling the energy of people who have had the same friends since they were young, who still go check in on people who they know from back in the day. And there are so many people here on this world, on this earth. There are so many people here in this world, if that's even how you see it. There are so many people. And so if you're continuing to stick with those who you got those people who say, yeah, we done been through a lot of shit with each other. Yeah, y'all went tit for tat on the abuse. Y'all felt that loyalty was about being tit for tat on some abuse. And then you say that that's your best friend. And then you say, yeah, the things that we done seen together. Yeah, like they say, what is that about thieves, you know, being amongst other thieves? You think you witnessed them rob other people, and you think that you thought that they weren't gonna rob you, but y'all duked it out. So therefore, that made things better. No, it really didn't, because you still looking at that with a side eye every time, because their energy, but yet and still, that makes them feel comfortable because they are around other people who can't judge them because they doing the same shit as them. Mm, mm. But you on a whole nother level. You on a whole nother level with death and the sun. Mm. With death and the sun, with the Knight of Swords. Baby, if you ain't so freaking ambitious, I don't know what to call it. Like, you are slicing things up. You are cutting you are cutting things off with their heads. Off with their heads. Okay, talk about the chicken running around with his head cut off. They can't even see you because you have you dead at it. Split the deck. Split the deck, they said. Isolation. Split the deck, and then we're going to take the bottom. And then it says clinging to the past, baby. And then at the bottom, maturity. So you're perfectly fine with this isolation, okay? Because any tears that you done cried, they were necessary. It's like tears of gold. It was necessary for you to isolate yourself. And so you can look at the things of the past that were in your present back then, that the discomfort. Yeah, it was about the people, but it was also about the things that you were accepting. And you matured way beyond everyone from your past. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter their ranking. It doesn't even matter how it is that you looked at them to say, you know what? I really loved my uncle. I really loved this person, and I really respected them. But what happened is that you realize that the level that you respected them at, you have surpassed that. That's no longer anything to be respected, because you see why they needed to be in that energy. The clout, the attention that they were getting, seeing themselves like that, which they still see themselves as that, because there's still people who they keep around. And once again, those back in the day people of their lives. It's gonna get a little loud. Yep, I saw exist. They still, and I took the words right out of my mouth. Back in the day of people that they still have in their lives, the reason why they still have those people in their lives is because they know that those people still see them that way, that those people have yet to elevate. So as long as they keep those people around, they'll always be king within that space. But the fact that you have grown beyond that, and that you no longer respect that energy of them that they've been having since the 90s, child, they're going up, that they've been, the energy that they've been in since the 90s. You don't respect that no more. You witness and you see how they have yet to grow. And the only way that they have elevated in their understanding and lack of comprehension is via things. So yeah, they probably got a new car. They probably dress differently, just a little bit differently, because it's not much, because they still in tune with what made them feel cool back in the day. Oh my gosh, that's painful. That's painful, and it's not even funny. Where are we going? Split the deck here, and it says rectification. rectification. Then we have fruitfulness. And how do you say that? Fertility. And then at the bottom, you have fortune of wisdom. Okay. And what's trying to peek through right here? And fruit. Okay. And more fruitfulness. Okay. Wow. Right. So you making this decision, it's not even, I heard somebody say it wasn't a decision. It just had to be. It had to change. It had to be this. In order for you to get out of your depression, in order for you to stop depleting yourself, in order for you to be able to see yourself, in order for you to be yourself, you had to. Right? So yes, it was still a decision. It was a choice. It was a choice because you could have chose to stay there. You could have chose to continue to be blinded. You could have chose to not realize that, everybody's path isn't everybody's path. All right? You can only live for you. Mm, mm. But right here, top card, and it says, okay, you are already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north, baby. Okay, where we going? Top deck over here, and it says prosperity lies ahead. I want to get this energy card. What is this? Oh, care. So you've been doing great with supporting yourself and parenting yourself. And even though you may still feel like you're a bit of a problem child of who? Are you at peace? Are you okay? Are you groovy? Are you groovy, baby? With the decisions that you are making for yourself. Take out the thoughts and perspectives, the POVs of others. And that's what got you here. It's the fact that you remove what others and how others will feel about it. And that you realize, like, in order to be grown, I have to move like that. In order to be grown, I can't say, well, I did this because of such and such and XYZ and all that other doohickey and shit. So it's going to pull right here. And it says emotional loss. At the end of this difficult journey lies something beneficial. Despite the sadness and difficulties, this experience is a blessing. Going through the grieving process leads to inner strength and power. And if you're not there yet, honey, trust yourself. You shall be. Okay? And then say taking chances. Love it. All right. When chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance. Trust in chance. And trust in chance and take trust in, I think that's supposed to be chances. Trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. 0303. And then we're going to pull from here. And it says, perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly the phase in your life can shift. One change after another. You are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Can we get an animal card? Okay, say animal card over here. And then it's white stag. Protector. Okay. All right. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Rebels, I love and I adore you so much. I really do. And this is spiritual values, long range thinking, or travel. What is to be shared? What is to be shared? Not everything is meant to be shared, honey. Not everything is meant to be shared. And sometimes the only thing that you can share with somebody is however they choose to perceive you. You move in action and let them say whatever they gonna say about it. Let them give they ain't gotta say it to you. And even if they say it to you, what the fuck does it matter when you the one who gotta live it? You know what you're doing, so you can explain to somebody exactly what it is that you're doing, why you're doing it. But what's gonna count to them is how they perceive it, not what you say it is. What is this top card right here? Oh, we got two. Honey, ain't that a hell of a magic trick? Ain't that a hell of a magic trick? You are equipped, beyond equipped, honey, for whatever it is and whatever it is that you are going. But is it right? The devil is on your ass. The devil is on your ass. It's on your ass. And you know what the devil is saying? Might as well make friends with you. Might as well make friends with you, because now the devil card right here, energy, is using you. In regards to others. Queen, Ace of Swords. The devil, we gonna tuck that down there. The devil is using you. Ooh, confirmation, gotta love it. The devil is using you, little do you know, to show others, to deliver others their karma. That's why the devil said you got a friend in this devil energy, because literally just by you walking by faith and not by sight, being yourself, being your authentic self, is haunting the fuck out of other people. You ain't even doing nothing to them. All you're doing is being you. All you're doing is being you. And then you got the Ace of Swords twice. What an Ace of Pentacles. Child, new beginnings on new beginnings on new beginnings. You got death twice. Okay. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Can't nobody tell you anything about you. All they can tell you, once again, is from their perspective, due to their experience, due to how they are feeling some type of way that they refuse to go in depth with themselves to be able to name. So it's all about the blame game when it comes down to others. And this is what's being hidden from you. And it's getting to know yourself better, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to feel good, baby. We're going to get one more of these, okay? And then it's that, double it up. So we had 0303. Now you got 0606. And it says commitment. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solution and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and experiencing emotions regularly. Open up, for the best is yet to come. Rebels, I love you. I adore you. I'm going to send you on your way. Remember, salt or sugar, baby. Salt or sugar. Salt, sugar, or shit. Okay? Fine print. Journal. Keep references. Document certain things. You don't need to keep tabs on what other people have done to you or whatever, like to hit them back and everything. Just Bisquick. Keep on moving. Keep on trucking along. You 90's fine. Okay, it's your prerogative. Frequency, caution. Okay, caution yourself for the frequency. Each one teach one. Teach yourself. Okay, you've taught yourself. You're self-made. All right. Look to the universe. Thank the universe every chance that you get, not just when there's a problem. So rebels, I love you. I adore you. They said one more card, and then we're gonna send you on your way. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Go rebels.